Hey, Mr. Paul Howe, welcome. Congratulations on being the first to turn up. I was wondering how you were going. I know, in spite of such things. Jeremy, Vi, Ed, laptop. Oh, ITC's here, g'day. Christopher. Alright, I was wondering what was in my pants. It's my battery torchy thingy-me-jiggy. Let's put that on charge while I'm here. I've ordered new batteries for these things. They're those 18, 5, 600, whatever. Yeah, they're lithium ion cells. Anyway, hey Thunderbird. Sorry to hear about that, Paul. Sorry to hear. Now you got not exactly the greatest journey ahead of you. Okay, so we have got. I don't normally deal with these machines, but anyway, someone's brought it in and it doesn't power up apparently. Let's see. Yeah, I think I might have to zoom out for this one. No, we're pretty good there. Yeah, let's get it open, see what's going on. Not even going to bother plugging anything in yet. Just see how we go. Having a wet room fitted. Oh, right. Come on. Sorry, Christoph. A little hard to keep track of those things on the fly. You'd be surprised how many people call me Daniel. Now that's something that drives me insane. I got a hard drive in here. Yeah. Okay, this definitely need an upgrade. We've got a standard cooler. What graphics card have they put in this thing? It looks like obviously whatever it is came standard with the machine. Some NVIDIA thing, I think. I don't know. Anyway, let's get some power into it and see what happens. Or what doesn't happen, rather. Oh. No, I think I found the problem already. Okay. We're not going to have much work here. Check that out. Yeah, I think that might be the issue. Well, so much for that great big lead up to nothing. I should have checked that before I even started the stream, then I wouldn't have bothered with the stream. Okay, let's get the power supply out. Clearly it's cactus. I'd say it either got knocked or something, but that's a pretty decent smashing of the IEC connector. Hey Arnold G. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. You don't need to see me ugly. Ah, it's okay, it's not even in there. Alright, this is one of those ones where they've got the little latch down here. There we go. So we're going to have to do some cable tie clipping. It's always fun. There we go. Geez, I hope I've got a power supply that can actually do this. Come on, out you come. I really should try and convince him to go to a solid state drive. There we go. Alright, so that's basically going to go into the rubbish bin. Let's see. Power supply. Oh, yeah. This one might work. We'll put in a new button cell while we're at it, probably. Can't hurt. They're getting to sort of the age where Ah, damn it, it's one of those really awkward to get out ones. Okay, we'll take the graphics card out too. And naturally its latch is beautifully hidden under here. Of course, why make it easy? Why make it easy indeed? Honestly, it's fully... Yeah, that latch is actually fully trapped. Who the hell designs this shit? There we go. So what is this? N425 GTX, I think it's a 1060, is it? $1080, GTX 1080, 8 gigs. That's actually not a bad little gig. I'll get it up and running. Oh, and they've got a solid state drive in there. Okay. Terrible place for it to live though, right under the graphics card. I mean, come on. Come on, you were so close. Stupid annoying things. Fine, you can stay there. I'm not going to fight with you that much. I was trying to be nice. We'll stick this power supply in, and if the only difference is this one's got a switch on it, but we should be okay apart from that. And we're a fan of the way hopefully the fan does not obstruct internally. No, we should be good. No, a lot of people are going to be screaming about the fact that this is just a rudimentary thermal take 500 power supply. They'll be like, you're powering a 1080 for crying out loud, you need more power. And you know what, maybe they do, but I just want to get it working first. And if we find that it can't cope with it, then I'll have to order in a sort of a 600 or something like that. We'll have to see, But yeah, this is a terrible place to put a solid state drive because you've got the heat of the graphics card bearing down on it. So it's not doing it any favors whatsoever. That's going to have a fairly short life, that solid state drive. Now, hopefully I have the required... Yeah, here we go. We've got the 6 plus 2. For a moment then I was thinking that I didn't have a 6 plus 2, but I do, so all is well. If I could just get the damn thing to actually stay together for long enough for me to put it in. Is this backwards or something? Wrong side. There we go. Make sure that's in good and proper. We don't want them catching on flames like some other recent 4090s and such. That wouldn't be very good. Alright, and this one only takes 4 pins. That was a 50-50 guess and I got lucky. So we got if you want your cabling installations to be beautiful, never send it to me. I will make sure that things don't get jammed, you know, so that they don't get snagged by the fan or anything like that. But I will not make things beautiful. If you want that kind of thing, then you really need to go see Graham of Adam and IT, because it's definitely not my field. I'll make sure it works, I'll make sure it doesn't get snagged, but that's the end of it for me. Close the case up, walk away, be happy. Now obviously I'm not going to leave it like this. I will do a slightly nicer job, but I will do some things however, like make sure I don't have cables nested. Actually, don't push too hard on that connector. Hey there, Godfrey. Yeah, the extra cables go to the 5. The only thing is the 5¼ inch bay, we've got a card loader media interface, and then we've got the CD drive, so there's no space in there. Okay, we need a screen and keyboard and all that other jazz. High definition screen. It actually is a high def screen, it does do 1080. Let's see, HDMI port. Let's see what else in there. Keyboard and mouse, right. The essentials. Let's see. That one does not have anything in it. Oh yeah, gotta love that crunchy arcing sound. I do not like that crunching arcing sound, but yeah, we're already booting. There we go. Beep. Sounds so anemic. Well, that's it. We're fixed. Nice. Okay. Let's see. So what I'll do tomorrow, I won't do anything more right now. What I'll do tomorrow is I'll take this outside, clear out the majority of the dust, and then that'll be ready to roll. I'll have to make sure I also order another replacement power supply. God damn it, Rodrigo, you know, I walk a couple of kilometers a day. You think mowing the yard is easy? Believe me, I do a lot of walking around and everything, but these things take time. I'm certainly not a lazy person. But yeah. bad nights, getting older, all that kind of stuff. Thank God that's fixed. Alright, let's get on with another thing that you're more used to. So what have we got? 2179. Ooh, I better hide this one. I gotta say though, the fatness thing has been reducing a little bit. It's just taken a lot longer than I like. Tough love. Pfft, that's okay. I was countering your tough love with my tough love. Now I've got to put a sticker over this. Too much personal information exposed. And I've got to... See, is this already ready to come off? It's already ready to come off. Okay. Alright. I have to go deal with Micro, give him his injection, and I'll be back. What are you doing, Bill? Your mummy. Not out here. Great. There's Micro. Milo, where is Micro? Hmm? Where's Micro? Do you know where Micro is?
Last I saw, he was on the table in the lounge.
Oh, okay.
We moved off.
Okay, well, we don't know where Micro is yet. He's around. He's just... I've got to find him. Alright, that's all done. Sometimes he's very easy to find, other times you gotta go hunting for him. It's a big enough yard that it's easy enough to have to do a couple of laps to track him down. Okay. Well, I don't have any information on this one. I see we've got the battery still attached. So let's see what we can find out. Five volts, 2160, 20 volts. 4, 5. That just bonged, didn't it? I'm almost certain I felt it bong. Did you know you can use overloads of GCCC in conjunction with headphones? Overloads, as in you mean... Okay, that feels like that's booting, but we don't have a display, so I'm going to go ahead and think that maybe we have got a bad backlight or a bad screen. Not quite sure which yet. I could be completely wrong. Let's see, when you say overloads, do you mean like overloading operators, like you can in C++? Or you mean something else? Oh, okay. I'm not overly surprised you can do something like that, given that for the most part they seem to build the compilers for C++. And so as a consequence, functional overloading seems like it would be a facility that would be available to Naughty, but not surprising. Nothing like violating the standards. Then again, maybe they've decided to write something like that in the latest standards. I mean, it's hilarious that our compilers are sort of running on, say, like C13 standard or something like that, and here we are in 2023, and we're only just sort of getting support for C13 or similar, maybe C17 if we're with some of them, I think. I mean, it's to be expected, you know. It's a slow-moving thing. Writing compilers, it's not something you want to be aggressive with. You know, a lot of things depend on the reliability of those compilers, and so if you go along and implement too many things too quickly, you're going to stuff something up. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have a look at the board. I'm going to take the display connector off as well. I won't be surprised if this ends up just being a bad display. I do have another 2179 chassis, so I'll be able to cross-check that. We'll have a look. No damage to the connector. Start at the important end. But yeah, it's getting 20 volts, it's booting, or at least seems like it's booting. Okay, so we've had some TPS rework around here, which means the CPU's probably... it did bong. Can anyone confirm if it bonged or not? Because I kind of swear I heard it bong. Or felt it, rather. Hey, Paul. Thanks for dropping in, eh? Obviously, drop back whenever you want. Damn, I got hay fever creeping up on my nose. Ugh, that's so annoying. Yeah, I really can't find anything on this board. So we've got rework on this, and like I said, that's usually... Oh, damn it, I gotta sneeze. Damn it. We've been having a spectacular supply of rain this summer, and as a consequence, the grass is just bonkers crazy. Which is how I know I'm doing a lot of exercise, because I'm mowing out there most days. Didn't hear a bong. Okay, alright then. Couldn't hear a bong. Alright. I was clearly just... If we didn't hear a bong, and if this has got liquid damage on it, then I'm probably going to say that the CPU is dead. I'll put it in my test chassis just to be sure. $21.59 19. Oh, maybe I don't have a $21.79. It's weird. I could have thought I did. Or is it one of the ones that I'm missing? $21.59 $19.89 $19.90. Yeah, okay, maybe one of the... Wait, what have I got under here? 1708. Well, that's totally in the wrong direction. Oh. $34.37. We're going worse. Ah, here we go. Yeah, $21.79. Wait, what? This is a piece of crap from Pedro. I'm not sure I trust that. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm a little bit suspicious of this $21.79 because it's marked on it that it came from Pedro. Ah, I found my good one. It's okay. Phew. I was worried there for a second. Yeah, anything that comes from Pedro, I really don't trust. Oh, here he is. Pedro. Job description is old. It's not even there. Here we go. You can't keep everything up and running. Jeez. Looks like it's busting chops night. There we go. Hey, Keith McDermott. I mean, you should see what Pedro does to old ladies. It's terrifying. I mean, it makes little orphans cry. He tricks them out of their MacBooks. I don't know how I ended up with a couple of 2179s. Really, what I'm more chasing... Oh, flipping hairs and hay fever and... Oh my, everything indeed is making me want to sneeze. These are not the correct ones, but that doesn't matter. They map the same, they're just built differently. I'm not a connectorist. I treat all connectors equally. Hey Gustavo. Okay, that upward step that you can see on the USB-C thing, that's a charging, as in that's what it does when it's charging the battery. It does 100 milliamp steps until it sort of gets to where it needs to go, and then it stops. I wonder, is this in DFU mode or something? It's just kind of weird. See if we can force it to shut itself off. Okay, it did respond to a shut off. Trackpad clicks. Okay, that's interesting. We just had another reset. Nothing happening. Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to plug it in. Yeah, I'm going to get demonetized because I'm playing this damn music. I play it during the day to try and give me some serenity now. But it's probably not something I should be playing while I'm fixing stuff close. But anyway, I'm going to see if this is in DFU mode before I go any further. Because there's really, you got to change the way you do things if it is in DFU mode. Sorry, music. I don't want to be demonetized. I only get 10 cents a stream. I need that 10 cents. The kitty cats need it. It doesn't look like we're in DFU mode. That doesn't mean anything. Crap. Don't mind the cursings of a madman in the dark. I'm going to say that the CPU is dead. Mostly because that TPS chip it controls, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to have to confirm this now. I mean, it could be a bad TPS chip, but so I think that's a 1598 board or a 1958 board. And this is it here. Oh, okay, my bad. So 5 and 3v3. Maybe there's a chance it's alive after all. Okay. we'll take it out and we'll see if we can get any voltages. Did I not have the screen plugged in properly then? I'm almost certain I did. Well, it actually does have a bend on it. Oh, hey Adrian. Remember, this is not the original chassis. This is my test chassis, the non-Pedro test chassis. Mostly because we don't trust the Pedro chassis. I don't even know why I took one from you, Pedro. What was I thinking? Was that iCloud locked one? Maybe that's why I took it from you. It deserved to be with me and not with you. Sorry, I just realised I'm not under my... There we go. You may have sold me a board, but I've got the whole chassis. What's the current? 1 amp. Or maybe you haven't, because now that I look at it, it's got a job code on it, and there is no way in hell that you've ever sent me a job where I'll put a job code on something. So, yeah, I'm going to say that's not you. Sneeze. Oof. That's ASMR for you. No, sneeze come again. Oh, this is really ticking me off. That was dumb. Alright, let's go through the voltages. Let's see what we got, see what we don't have, see if we've got a sequence, see if we don't. I think I must be allergic to the YouTube, because I was pretty much okay earlier. So I might just pop that heatsink off. Not very often, but every now and then you may get a busted cap under the heatsink. Like I said, not very often. Hey there, Slam. Yay! We actually got a win. Wow, I can't believe that. That is not normal. Man, I'm gonna have to really... Hey, that's one effed up cap. So it definitely indicates that the CPU probably wasn't running. Now I've got to sneeze again, will blow my nose. Enjoy that delicious gooey ASMR there, folks. You know you love it. You men and women of the technician field. You live for this sort of grossness. Alright. Well, let's go see what they're for. And we need more light there, by the way. There we go. Now you can actually see. Amy, it's already gone and done. Sorry to say. It ended up just being a power supply. Someone had punched a hole through it. Not literal punch, but physically they knocked it out. It's these ones here. Yep. So these three gotta go. So the 10 microfarad, 10 microfarad, 3 picofarad. Pfft, yeah. You could probably almost get away with knocking them off. They're 6.3s. Actually, it wasn't even a game. It wasn't even a laptop. It was a complete full-size PC. Alright, so we'll get those off. Anyone want to bet that they are shorted? Not sauteed, but shorted. We can do the continuity on these two up here. Well, it's not shorted, but it can't be great for it either. Hopefully, unfortunately, what I'm worried about now is that instead of fixing the actual cause, they went and replaced this and induced a secondary failure. But we'll see. Because if they're not shorted, then yeah, we're looking down the barrel of more problems now. Yeah, I need my protective shields. What the hell? Okay, that'll do. The trouble here is that they may have been shorted or something like that caused the TPS to overload, but when the TPS was replaced, god damn it, when the TPS got replaced without fixing the actual cause, that's when the real damage might have occurred. Yeah, so we're going to take those three. Hopefully we don't melt these. It's very hard to get CPU caps off sometimes. So we've got to heat everything up around them. There we go, one down. You do sort of have to apply a little bit of pressure, upward pressure, not a lot. There we go. Just enough to get them to lift off rather than waiting for... You don't want to just sort of wait for them to smoothly come off when they've achieved like a full melt status, because by then you've already started cooking other things you don't want to cook. So by getting a bit of a grip on them and lifting ever so slightly, you'll know that over time, you'll get a feel for it. You can get them off the board as quick as possible. I've got to use the large iron tip on that. There's just no way you can realistically do that sort of solder flowing with the micro pencil. Okay, so we've got some corrosion going on there. So we're going to have to carve that away. It looks unsightly, but you've got to do it. If you don't do it, all that's going to happen is you'll fix things up, and then that corrosion will just go right on back to what it was doing before and eating its way through the board still. It's gotten itself quite a bit of reach here. I'm not putting a lot of effort into knocking that conformal coat off. It's just breaking away on its own. Usually when you just put a bit of pressure on it and slide, it will snap off. Oh, I just saw something. Here we go. This is more of an issue. Look at the size of the hole in that. Okay, I mean, sure, I've abraded it with the thing, but look at the hole on that. Holy hole. Or was it a hole? Was it just my imagination? No, it was my imagination. I really thought that was a hole. Oh well. So what is that? That's a 10 ohm resistor, so it's fine. Now I need to clean up the rest of this sort of trash that's all over the place. See if anything else got hit by whatever it was that caused that corrosion. Most likely it was a bug or something that crawled in under there, wanted a bit of privacy. You know, it's not really not comfortable with going to the toilet out in public, so it found itself a nice hidden crevice, relieved itself, and moved on. Now I'm going to power this up, see if we've got any change. Because those cups are those caps, they're just decouplers, so it doesn't really matter. They're in a large array of decouplers, so it's not like you're taking one away from 5 or 6, you're taking one away from 10 or 20, so you can get away with it. It doesn't happen that often, getting corrosion under the heatsink, but it does happen often enough that if you've got some sort of weird behavior and you can't see any corrosion on the rest of the board, then it's definitely well worth popping off the hood and having a look. Okay, we will be able to get away with no heatsink for long enough. It's all good on the hood. Let's see how we go this time. I got a fan spin just then. Hey, we've got an Apple logo. That's great. We're alive. Shut down. Okay, one fixed, which is good. That's about the first MacBook I've managed to fix this week. I've had nothing but disasters other than that. Okay. Now there's no point me ultrasonicing this one, so I'm just going to UV cure it and put it back together. I am also not going to put those caps back on. I don't think. Should I? Maybe I should. Let us hope and pray that I do not regret this. You know how it can be. You try to do the right thing and it ends up biting you rather spectacularly in the backside. This is actually one of Jason Unofficial's machines. And I'll have to use Tim Herman's thick, what do you call it? Special thick paste for this task as well. I think, oh, there might be enough or still on the board, so we'll see, we'll see. One, two. Really? You guys want to do that to me? And no, I'm not putting the 3 picofarad back on. Just verify that we don't have any short. Actually, speaking of programming, I've been having a hell of a time building macOS PKG files, and I finally got it working tonight. It was by hand, but yeah, I had a partial script, and so now I've got to do a fully automated script. It takes quite a while to do this sort of non-native automated type thing. I gotta say, I mean, as frustrating as it can be at times, I do oddly enjoy it. main reason I'm not bothering with the 3 picofarad is it is a high frequency noise stabilizer, but it's just in an awkward sort of spot. It can be hard to get the amount of heat down that I need. Okay, that looks nice. I mean, if it was part of a timing circuit or a delay circuit, or something that was genuinely dependent on the 3 picofarad being there, as opposed to a compliance type thing, which is what this is, then yeah, sure, I'd replace it. Okay. That's now just doing its UV cure. I was very fortunate. I think I can actually put this back on. It's not the most ideal, but yeah, I don't think I need to clean that paste on. I mean, as it is, it's already air gapped. Okay, 11:13. I think after this I have to go and check to see if we can spot the stray kitty cat that we're trying to get a hold of. It's kind of fun. Each night we have to go out and check in the neighbourhood looking for certain stray kitty cats and see if we can get our hands on them. Try to bring them in, give them the medical attention they need and things like that. It's a long, arduous process at times, and it can be a little bit disheartening when you can't find them. Like you see them and you go, oh, we need to get a hold of that one so that we can bring it in and get it sorted out. But then when you go to do that, all of a sudden they're like, nope, we're not around, and you're like, damn. And then you just start beating on yourself because you think, I should have got them when they were there last or whatever. Yeah, it's very hard. Cat Patrol, yeah, that's it. I don't have any 419 at the moment. I do have it on order, but mind you, for this sort of process, just for giving it a bit of a conformal code like that, the UV cure is ample for the job. The 419, I think, is going to be more for slightly thicker situations. This here is just a nice surface coat. For these ones here, I'm using, which one? No, not that one. I'm using this stuff from Tim Herman, Carbon Black, and it's got it's a nice thick transfer paste designed specifically for these processes, because these processes do not have direct contact metal to metal, or even close to it. There's a well-defined gap between them. Yep, that's looking good. Glad we got that one fixed up, and I'm extra glad that TPS replacement did not result in terminal failure. I get paranoid about that kind of thing because you get the machines like the A1990s and the 2141s where people will say replace busted caps, or they'll replace one thing, but then without realizing it, they've actually set the scenario for the loss of data once it powers back up, because you've actually got to go and fix the other end of the problem as well. Okay. Put those dime bags to good use. Keep your glasses on, Paul. Got to pull the screws back now. And as hard as Kitty Patrol is, there are rewards. They're not really that great compared to the emotional agony that you put yourself through. But yeah, there are rewards when you see them sort of transform from being this beat up, skittish kitty to a perfectly great, happy animal. Because then the next heartache comes, and that's sort of like, what do you do with them? And you sort of have to hope that you can find owners and stuff like that. So it's it's a bit of a process. Hey, Michael Tritz. So I think once we get this up and running and confirm that it's good still, I'll have to finish the stream for the night and go on the patrol. What's also frustrating is that wouldn't be surprised if some of those cats are actually sort of pseudo-owned by some people. But these people are not desexing them, they're not looking after their health issues and things like that. So we sort of push the line maybe a little bit when we bring them into the property and get them prepared for what's going to get them fixed up. But once they're fixed up, with the things like catch, release, and catch, neuter, and release, we can let them back out into the neighbourhood, and we just keep an eye on them. It's all very dependent on the individual case. Hey, Mr. Stamps. Yeah, you missed all the action, Warren. It's all over now. It's almost finished. Just putting this back together, hoping that it will boot again. One of those caps must have been shorted. It must have just been the one that I didn't measure, and it was on a separate rail. There were two rails there that were being affected by the corrosion. One of them was 1V8, and I think the other one was 1V2. Can't remember. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. One of them was 0.6 and the other one was 1V8. Yep. I'd say it was the 0.6 that was corroded to at the point where it didn't, where it was shorted. News account, what you learn? What you learn that you didn't want to learn? Hey 3X. Do any of the cats want? Oh yeah, yeah. That's the other problem, is that they like it here so much that they just keep coming back, and so we end up with this somewhat permanent group. And so that's why we're going to be spending about 15,000 on a fence. That's going to just be 100 meters long. And then we'll have to spend another 15 to 20, I guess, to put a decent sort of weather-controlled enclosure in there for them. So yeah, they come back. Hey Catherine. Hey Captain Mac. And a lot of them, they'll have their buddies that will be, we get one of their buddies, get them fixed up, and they hang around here, and then the other ones come along and go, hey, what are you doing over here, man? Like, living up the good life. But the long-term goal is, hopefully, if we can get the whole neighbourhood to the point where it's desexed, we should finally be able to at least fall back into management mode rather than crisis mode, because every time we have a new litter of kittens, it's crisis mode. I know for some people, they sort of think, oh, that's so cute, kittens, and it's like, believe me, it's not. It fills you with dread every time you see a pregnant cat around. You're thinking, oh God, where are they going to go? What sort of life they're going to have? Oh shit. Sorry, excuse me. It's not a good life. There's more than enough cats out there in the world. We don't need uncontrolled breeding. Or in fact, we don't need proper professional breeding either. Unless, I think, if there's a breed being kept specifically for certain reasons, there's more than ample cats out there that need help. Do you get taxed quarterly as a sole trader? Sort of. Yeah, we pay what we call a goods and service tax every. What's going on here? Great, I've got no freaking display. Seriously, I shouldn't have pushed my luck. Really? I knew I should have backed up before I did anything. God damn it, that's annoying. Oh, this really sucks. Really, 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 really sucks. Oh, that's... yeah, that's made me mad now. Maybe if I'm lucky the screen's dead. Not very likely, of course. Oh, that's just put a whole big fat damper on everything, hasn't it? On the odd occasion, you will get a case where the heatsink can cause these issues, just because it's pulling the board in a certain way. Oh, that's really ticked me off. Mr. Daniels is not happy now. For multiple reasons, not least of which the fact that I've just reassembled the damn thing. Unfortunately not, Tony. These ones will not, as far as most of the T2s, they will not activate the external display until after you've logged in and set up to permit it to use the external display. That's Apple trying to help us with security, but at the same time also being very annoying for the fact that it severely limits your diagnostic capabilities. Yeah, being able to see if you can get anything on the output display is such a useful facility, and they just take it away from us. Okay, so we're back to this one, just to see whether we're dealing with a bad chassis or what. And trying to ascertain if we need to take that. Sorry. Freaking hay fever. Good for nothing. Yeah, I got my cranky pants on now. I should have listened to myself. Should have done the right thing. Backed it up before I did anything else. But no. I was worried that people would go, you didn't put the caps back. That's what I get for worrying about what people think. I made the job stuff up. Thank you, Catherine. You missed everything, creature. You missed the fact that it worked, and now it's not working. God damn. I gotta stop using that as I'll accidentally drop the screen on it and then it will go pop. Just realised I left the damn battery connected that whole time. That's okay. We weren't actually making contact with anything. Still, it's not something you should be doing. Well, the only thing I can think of is to take those caps off again. Maybe there's something I've missed. Was it capture is blinking black 2 times? Not likely to be overheat. Interesting, it's actually not really taking any power without the battery. Okay, let's have a look at that area that I worked on. Yep, that's correct. Alright, reverse what we did. Let's see what happens. It could be maybe there is a layer under there that got messed up from the corrosion, and by us, the one time I do an actual proper job of the UV cure and I got to take it off. Okay, there was a little bit of gooiness in the middle. I probably would have cured after 10 or 20 days. It's way too much flux. I'm just going to remove that before I hit it with the hot air. That's still a little bit too much flux, but it's better than what I had before. Well, anti-UV would be infrared. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm hitting it with advanced ultra low infrared or ultra long infrared. So yeah, it works. It may also be that if there is internal board damage, the heat of doing the reflow work while the board is warm, it preserves, it makes it function. And then when the board cools down, it ceases to function. So that's the state it was in when it was functioning. If it is a heat situation, then yeah, it's definitely a data recovery job and walk away. It'll probably be a case of it'll continue to operate while, once you bootstrap the machine, it'll operate, and then you get the data up. Until you shut it down, it'll keep going. Anyway, because this is the customer's chassis, so we're going to go back to this. Hey ZX. Hey Trady. Depends on the model, but I think these are like a 12 layer. Usually like 7 to 12 layer, sometimes 6. I don't think you get 16 layer ones on these ones, but certainly 7 or so at least. It varies. But definitely MacBook boards are incredibly heavy duty so far as their ability to take a lot of heat willingly. Like there was a job I was doing today of a lighting installation panel, and it was dead easy to work on with the hot air. It was like, in fact I had to back it off. But it was a huge board relative to MacBook boards. It was like 40 by 40 centimeters. But it was very easy to rework at a lower temperature too. I have a feeling I'm not going to get blessed with this one. I have a feeling I'm going to be eating my hat. Yeah, shit. I had a chance and it went, and I didn't capitalize on it. That's gonna hurt me. It could be the TPS needs reworking, I don't know, but I just don't believe it. It could also explain why I didn't have a short, but even when I did the rework it came back. Yeah, I'm pretty mad about this now. Son of a... It was all going so well. Let me just check those caps. Not the ones that we just took off, but rather these ones. It's stuck inside the... Oh, we'll check that one. That's correct, B-Blood. There is no data sheet for that one. There is another chip very similar that Texas Instruments produces. You can always check that one, but yeah, there's variances. Hey, James Ewing. Oh, that one is shorted. Okay. That one is shorted. Crap. Alright, my theories are just going to hell tonight. So then why the heck did it work and now it's not? Okay, let's see what its current draw is. Yeah, Neon, I was just about to do that, as in I was just about to plug this in and see if it's showing 50 milliamps or something. Yeah, it's... oh no, that's boot. Okay, what it's doing right now... it was trying to get started and then it settled down. I'll see if it's in DFU. It'd be very weird for it to jump into DFU mode after we just got it up and running. But anyway, anything's possible. But in this particular instance, it does not appear to be the case. Damn it. As I was saying, I haven't had a successful repair of a MacBook this week, and it looks like that may continue. How utterly annoying. Have I missed another piece of corrosion somewhere? I sincerely do not believe so. It's moderately low, that 126. So that's pretty good, but this one here is a bit low. Yeah, 160. That should be 0.2. It's one of those ones where it's maybe, maybe not. 0.2 is the diode mode for it. So let's see how far off we are from that. This feels like a 0.1. No, it's actually about on the mark. It's about on the mark. Can't blame that one. The diode mode for the rails, these two separate rails, they're fine. What I do find intriguing is that this is, it's the ground pin of the little, what do you call it, the little 3 picofarad job. But lo and behold, they actually thermally isolated it from the actual ground plane that's around it. Can't believe it. What a shock. Okay, I'm trying to remember which one was the most corroded one. I can't remember if it was this one or this one. Now, I've already done the continuity tests. Everything seems fine there. Like I said, the diode modes are right, which is, well, what more can you do? It's like it tries to get started, and then it just gives up. So you can see all the activity at the start of the process, but then it just drops out. No, creature, they're just decoupling. They're part of a large array of decouplers. And like I said, it worked without them. That's the annoying thing, is without them on there, that it was working. I put them back on, did all the right things, and it stopped working. I might replace that TPS, because if it was feeding into a shorted rail, it's possible it might have, well, that, let's see, it'd be the 3v3. Neither of those two rails, though, are related to the TPS directly. Can you use the chipmunk on this? Yes, you can. But it's not really behaving in that way. I'll stick it in anyway. As soon as I find the adapter for it. There it is. Having faith in me is the first big mistake people make. Yeah, was it just a one-off fluke that this thing booted? No, so we've got nothing on that T. It's charging, so that's some kind of a sign, but it feels like the CPU got, well, displeased. On V8S3. Upper left corner. Mark, that's mainly the thing is that's all just my own software. And I just simply have those little programs running. I just have them running on my desktop, and I just capture them. So yeah, it's just a OBS thing really. Sorry, excuse me. Just trying to see where this rail comes from. U8150. Well, I suppose the first thing I should do is see if I actually have those rails. Nada. Nada. Let's see. It's actually surprisingly difficult to get a ground on here. Oh wait, what am I talking about? A ground right there, you dipwit. Yeah, so at this point it's already shut down. I'll see if I can quickly bring it back up. Showing nothing on that. Oh, it's got the goddamn battery in, that's why. Okay, let's try that again. Nothing. Nothing. I don't know if the CPU is cooked. I don't know if it's even getting to that point. So I might replace that TPS and see what goes home from there. Mostly because that already has been reworked, so it seems like a logical thing to do is you go and redo the work that someone else did. Should note these are the B variants, not the normal ones. So you can't just replace them with ones from earlier boards. Okay, it's just energy in the circuit. Thermal cam's probably not going to be much chop at this point. Now hopefully I can get this off without upsetting these caps. Should be okay. Famous last words, I realise. Sadly, I've sort of got a bit of PTSD with this sort of thing because I had another board where I replaced the parts and after it had already been reworked, and it came up for a few seconds and then just died. And I was like, was that my fault or was that just bad luck or... Oh, sorry, but yeah, it's weird it didn't switch. Sorry, folks. Oop, wrong one. Yeah, it can be things like a bad voltage divider. Yeah, there's so many possible things. The criticality of the feedback circuit on most of these buck mode converters cannot be understated. I should rather say cannot be overstated. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. They're important, and all too often they sort of lead to the death. These are actually surprisingly expensive. Come on, pull yourself into place. Oh, there's a whole corner missing off there. God damn. Yeah, I see it. See that? Could easily miss that. Small mistakes like that can ruin your day 100%. What's the PMIC looking like? Usually if you check the surface of the PMIC against the light, you can tell if there's been a blowout on it, but that one looks alright. Yeah, it's an easy way of telling if there's a buckle or a blowout or something, you know, indicating that things are bad. I did get the bridge. Look, I'll even put your poor little hearts at ease. Well, that makes sense because that's part of the rail. Likewise this one, right? No? Yeah, so that makes sense, that's short and that's ground, okay. Well, good. Yeah, I see it's decided to not switch at the moment. Flippity flip. If this doesn't work, then I'm just going to walk away from it. It's midnight, and you don't usually deal with criticalities like this at midnight. I'll use the other one. compounded by the fact that, of course, you're feeling grumpy already. So you tend to, instead of being more careful, you have a bad habit of becoming a little more cavalier. No, got nothing. What the hell? No, that's it. I'm going to walk away from this. I got to go do kitty patrol. Sorry, folks. I had a split second of grand happiness there, and then it just got taken away from us. Welcome to the repair industry. Yay. Alright, I'm out of here. Life is fun.